the Northwest, the Sonics host the Houston Rockets. Now, tonight's game is brought to you by Olympia Beer, featuring pure artesian brewing water. Brought to you, of course, by the Artesians. And by People's Bank, people first and bankers second. Good evening, everybody. I'm Wayne Cody with Jim Marsh. And Jim, the Houston Rockets lost to the, Boston Celtics in the championship. Now they're 6-9 on the new year, and they even have Elvin Hayes. Why?
Well, they're playing a little bit inconsistently, as one might expect with that record of 6-9. They've had 3 tough wins on the road: at Washington, at those Boston Celtics in Boston, and at Los Angeles. They've been inconsistent at home, where they're but 2-4. So Coach Del Harris feels that that's due to working Elvin Hayes in a little bit, and just the simple fact that they've had a tough first 15 games.
All right. SuperSonics in the rankings last week in the Pacific Division, 3-5. Now they're 6-5. So they're above the 500 mark. 3-game winning streak going. What about the Sonics with Kelser and Tolbert? Would they see any action tonight, do you think?
I kind of doubt that they'll see much action. Perhaps a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there. They've had but one practice, and Lenny has a disciplined offense to run once they get down off the break. So I kind of suspect he'll move them in a little bit slowly.
All right, Ray Tolbert, of course, from the New Jersey Nets, coming in for Jim Bailey, who's been traded. And, of course, Vinnie Johnson, who played earlier tonight for Detroit against Atlanta, where they had 20,000 in the Silverdome. He is out, and Greg Kelser is in. We'll find out if they play tonight. Jim Marsh and I will have the game for you. Stand by. We'll be back. The Sonics and the Rockets. Undoubtedly, the best saw playing of a national anthem that I've ever heard, and some of you were with us. The others, I'll just have to tell you about it. Tom Daglish, he is an attorney from down in Tacoma, played the saw. How amazing tonight for a national anthem. I loved it. Well, I'll tell you, let's go to the introductions. George Tolles is bringing out the Houston Rockets.
At 6'8", number 50 is Robert Reed. At forward, out of Oral Roberts, standing 6'7", 00, Calvin Garrett. Number 44, 6'9", from Houston in his 14th year, Elvin Hayes. And at center, from Petersburg, Virginia High School, 6'10", number 24, the NBA's top rebounder, Moses Malone. The trainer is Dick Vandervoort, the assistant coach Carol Dawson, and the head coach is Del Harris. And now we meet the Seattle SuperSonics. From Virginia at 6'7", number 42, at forward, Wally Walker. Number 8 at 6'8" is Oregon State's Lonnie Shelton. In backcourt, standing 6'7" from Notre Dame, number 22 is Bill Hanslick. Wearing number 1 at 6'2" from Southern Cal, Gus Williams. And at center from Illinois Wesleyan, 6'11", number 43, Jack Sikma. The Sonics trainer is Frank Furtado. The assistant coaches Les Habeger and Dave Harshman. And the head coach is Lenny Wilkins. Smoking prohibited in the season.
Let's talk about the officials in tonight's game. A couple of familiar names from the NBA, Ed Rush and Tommy Nunes. That is Ed Rush on the left of your screen, Tommy Nunes on the right with that look of like, I don't want my picture taken, but he gets it taken anyway. Some final scores in, of course.
Boston defeats Washington at Boston 113-100. New York defeats Cleveland in Cleveland 116-95. Philadelphia defeats Indiana. Philadelphia playing exquisite basketball, 124-112 in overtime. And a final out of San Antonio. San Antonio gets back on the winning ways, thrashing the New Jersey Nets, 114-86, Wayne.
I don't know if James Bailey played in that for New Jersey, but I know that Vinnie Johnson had at least 10 or 12 minutes in that game against Atlanta tonight for Detroit. All right, we're all set and ready to go. Jim Marsh, I'm Wayne Cody. We're at the Kingdome. The SuperSonics against the Houston Rockets, one of those clubs from the division that we have to take on 5 times during the year. One year you'll play them 3 times at their place, 2 at yours. The next time, 3 at yours and 2 at theirs. Of course, in the Pacific Division, you take everybody on 6 times, 3 and 3. And then back east in both divisions, you take everybody on twice, once at home and once away. 82 games. This, for the Seattle SuperSonics, is number 12. Will they get that elusive ball? Goes out of play, and it's going to go to Houston. We'll set them up for you. The guards are Henderson and Reed. The forwards, Garrett and Hayes. Malone at center.
The odd man out, the man that returned as a starter for Houston this year and not playing now with Elvin Hayes in the lineup, is Billy Paulson, 6'11".
Of course, Calvin Murphy will be off the bench. You know that. 44, Hayes. That's Malone. Hayes. A couple of veterans should work well together. Tipped away, taken down by number 50, Reed. He gets fouled going up, but it may be on Bill Hanslick. If it is, obviously the first of the game, first team foul, first everything. Reed will go to the line for 2 straight.
Dale Harris, the coach of the Houston Rockets, explained today that while Elvin Hayes and Moses Malone are going to get their points and going to get their rebounds, the key to their team winning and losing is the young man at the free throw line. That's Robert Reed, 6'7" guard forward who played so well in last spring's final series against Boston. Needs to play well for Houston to win. We'll watch that matchup as Wally starts out guarding him.
1 point is all that Houston gets out of that, as Reed, who only shoots 66% and averages 13 a game. Lonnie, layup. It will not go. Nice try. Rebound comes off, taken down floor by Tom Henderson. You remember him from the Bullets. Matter of fact, both Hayes and Henderson were the Bullets. Hayes spinning jumper, didn't have any angle at all, never even hit the hoop, and throws it to Gus. Can he save it? He does. They stop, shoots, looks. No, won't come off, and Garrett gets the rebound, and Hanslick got creamed, and he was really hot about it. Full court pass down the floor to Moses Malone. Hayes at the foul line, unobstructed for a moment. Now we got Moses Malone getting a lot of combination jabs in the back from Lonnie Shelton, and you know that he's going to be able to do some play acting, and yet he got the foul. And well, again, Lonnie in the first minute ends up with the first personal foul.
Houston is a very deliberate offensive team in the half court. They run some precise patterns.
Hayes just went into Shelton like a freight train, and nothing was called. Definitely charging. Nothing was called. Lonnie has a lot to chirp about already because he's called for a foul. Then he gets fouled, and there's no call. Here's Gus down 3-0.
Elvin, of course, can pass Jerry West as the 5th leading all-time scorer for a career this season.
Tommy Nunez spots Robert Reed committing his first personal foul. First team on the Rockets. The Sonics have 2. 10:41 to go. It's Sonics ball. They're in the white or light if you're in a black and white set. Houston being the dark uniforms. It's a dark red with white numerals on it. And the foul now in a whistle-torn game already. In a minute 30 seconds, we've got 4 fouls is on Calvin Garrett, the second-year player out of Oral Roberts University in Oklahoma.
Tell you what, he has his hands full with Gus Williams this evening.
Jack in and out. Wally had the rebound, but it's captured away from him by Calvin Garrett, and the Rockets head the other way. Henderson, Hayes, Malone gets the bucket, and it's a 5-0 game. The Sonics have failed to score. Gus holds up a play. A clenched fist goes to Walker.
Flish?
Well, it's kind of a clenched fist. Thank you very much. Sikma, drive, loose ball. They're going to give it to the Sonics, although battling underneath for it with a lot of steam was Elvin Hayes, but Jack Sikma will win the ball and bring it into play. Lonnie looked at the shot, bounces. Wally went up, nothing. Sonics really have not looked that good on offense yet in the first 2 minutes, but they've probably been fouled twice and there were no calls. Yeah, Malone unmolested, missed it, and it bounces out. Hanslick puts a handle on it. To Gus. He'll race down floor and get the first 2 of the night for the Sonics. Now Gus is darting and moving, 5-2. Houston on top. Number 6 is Tom Henderson. That's Reed. That's Garrett. That's the Big E out of Houston, so many years ago.
What a marvelous game he played against UCLA in the Astrodome in January of 69.
Garrett gets the bucket out of Oral Roberts, second-year player. He averages only 5 points a game. Sikma works the left side of the lane. Wanted to go to Wally, goes to Gus instead over Malone, doesn't get it. Sonics have missed some pretty easy shots in this first few minutes. Garrett in and out, Jack all alone, but Hanslick gets it. Outlet to Gus.
Oh my, what a pass! Oh my!
Oh, I don't know how Wally ever could figure out it was coming. Watch it.
We'll watch it again as he threads the needle for his first of what should be many assists. He set a career high last Wednesday night with 11.
I can't
Beautiful
even think
pass.
that fast, let alone move that fast. That's amazing. Elvin Hayes missed it. Hanslick with another nice rebound. Billy looks to the right, goes in the corner. Gus on the baseline. He does magic from there.
Good things happen when number 1 has the ball.
Isn't it funny how many times you'll play a man under the bucket, though, Jimmy, and you just will never count on him going for the reverse. You'll block him straight in, but you'll never seem to move over, get the reverse. Hanslick steals it away, and the foul is going to be on Garrett. Loose ball foul.
Right now, Seattle players are doing what they do best. Gus in the open court with the ball, and Billy Hanslick playing defense. Nice job by Billy with the steal. 2 fouls on Mr. Garrett.
That is, and the third team foul, as Howard Bogey tells us, our statistician tonight. 7-6. Houston by 1. Lonnie. Make it Sonics by 1. 8-7. First 2 for Lonnie. Looking up on that beautiful Diamond Vision screen in the Kingdome on your next visit. You're going to love seeing that. So we have 7:54 to go. First quarter on a Friday night at the Dome. Maybe 16,000, 17,000 here. And at the moment, the Sonics are on top by 1, 8-7. Out of the lane. We'll see if they try and pull that off next time they get possession.
They ran that play successfully for Jack Sikma last Wednesday night against Portland.
Yeah.
And it's just a little baseline to the right of the key and exploiting whomever Jack.
Henderson over Gus. It's 9-8 now. Henderson with his first 2 of the night. Tommy was with the Bullets a couple of years ago, and of course so was Elvin Hayes. Bullets off to a kind of a tough start, but not a lot of familiar faces left now. There's Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Right
Steady
side.
Lonnie.
About 14 feet away.
Shooting about 50%, averaging 16 points a game.
He's got 4 here. Henderson left side. That is Garrett. The jumper. Good. Moses Malone, who never played any college ball. He went right from Petersburg, Virginia High School into the pros, and now he's in his 8th year, and he's only 26. Isn't that amazing?
2 players on the Houston Rockets team have done that. The other, Billy Willoughby.
Right. Wally Walker. Speaking of Virginia, there's Virginia's Wally Walker, who's got 4 now, and it's a 12-11 game in a seesaw battle. Sonics up by 1.
We'll see when Moses Malone gets the ball in tight that another Seattle Sonic will come and double team. I believe that they're going to trap a little bit more than normal. Right, we'll see Billy Hanslick coming down. Of course, that's allowing Henderson to get free, but we'll see some trapping of Moses Malone when he gets the ball down low, I believe, tonight.
Tom averages 8 points a ball game. Had a high of 19 earlier in the year. Henderson did. Now here's Jack. Back to Lonnie. Took an off-balance shot, but hits it. He's got a hot hand. Now, if you keep him out of foul trouble, let him get 24 or 26 for you. 6 points. Lonnie Shelton. Sonics by 1.
Don't mention that word foul. Don't mention that word foul.
Reed to Hayes. Lob pass, Malone. They try and set it up together. Malone will shoot and hits. Moses is very comfortable hitting that little popper from 6, 8, 10 feet. That's his range. Gus a little farther out. No good. Wally between 2 men got hammered on the head, but still it comes off the boards, and Malone will outlet it and let Henderson take it down floor. Henderson almost turned it over with a big high dribble. Lonnie punched it away, or did Gus? Somebody got a hand in back, I didn't see, but the ball went sailing out of play, but it'll still be Houston ball, and Reed will bring it in. Rockets by 1. Excuse me.
Elvin wasn't protecting the ball, and Lonnie just reached up and knocked out a little trap.
Go ahead and shoot it. Missed it. Jack gets the rebound. At 21 the other night. They steal it back. Henderson with a lob underneath. Reed trying to get the shot off. Does. Tipped up. Oh! I think it was good, though. It looked like it was outside the cylinder. Elvin Hayes got the tip, and they're going to give him credit for it. Jimmy, it did look like he had it coming off the cylinder, so he was able to tip it in. We probably have to see that again if John Barry has that. Well, there's Gus, who crossed somebody up there, and Del Harris comes off the bench and says, I don't believe that.
Very little help by the off-ball side of the Houston Rocket defense there. Elvin standing and Moses standing. Let Gus go unmolested to the basket.
I was going to see if JD could get that play for us again with that tip in, but we don't have it. That's all right. We have a lot of it. Henderson in underneath, goes in and gets his 6th point of the night, and it's still the Rockets by 3, 19-16.
Henderson not known as a prolific scorer. Trying to exploit something in the Sonic defense.
Uh-oh. Foul is called by Ed Rush at half court. It's on Elvin Hayes. That'll be his first of the game. And that turns into 1, 2, 3, 4th team foul for the Rockets. Lonnie, favorite spot, goes to Gus. Got to work on Reed, a mismatch. Bad pass. Lonnie tried to fit it into Wally, but an excellent steal by Garrett. Henderson. Reed.
The best in the business.
Moses Malone just crams it in for 8 points. Take a look at this again.
We'll see this. He had over 500 offensive rebounds alone one year, which is an NBA record.
My, oh my, is he awesome.
Tremendous offensive rebound.
Lonnie, great pass from Jack, but no shot. The foul was called before Lonnie received the ball. So the foul is called against Elvin Hayes out of Houston 14 years ago. He's 36 years old, one of the true elder statesmen in the NBA. Lonnie will go to the line for 2 straight as the Rockets have fallen into the bonus for the Sonics. Or if you like, they're over the limit, and the Sonics get to go to the line. Lonnie missed it.
Lonnie shooting close to 80% for the year from the line.
Of course, the best shooter on the foul line, Fred Brown, he hasn't missed. 17 for 17. We'll see if he can continue that when he gets in later.
I'm certain the way he's playing, we'll see his entrance into the game very soon.
Probably in about 4 minutes. Henderson drives on Gus, little light. Did Gus get on his arm? Yeah, he did. I thought I saw a little flick there, and Gus got on Henderson's arm, and he causes the personal foul. First on Gus, third team foul. Now they figure in the act of shooting. I don't know that he was shooting when he got fouled. Looked like he got flipped while he was driving around, Gus.
He had picked up his dribble, so in the opinion of Eddie Rush, that's why the 2-shot foul. Tommy Henderson, we've seen drive to the hoop a lot this evening. He wants to exploit Gus, perhaps get him in foul trouble.
And he misses both of them. That helps the Sonics. It's still 21-17. Houston has led at one time by 5. Sonics' biggest lead, 1. Sikma, Lonnie, Wally tries to shake Reed, gets the shot off, no good, bad shot, and underneath all alone is Moses Malone. Garrett will play Hanslick. He falls away. Oh, and the ball goes in off the backboard, and the foul is going to come up, and it's against Lonnie, his second of the game. And that time, that's a classic Elvin Hayes move. I mean, he knows he's going to get fouled, and he just throws anything up, and that one went in.
How many times have we seen that? Number 44 camp down in there in that block, get the ball, just turn around and make it for 3-point plays over the years.
Amazing. So he has 1 shot coming from the line for a 3-point play, and now Houston has their biggest lead of 7 points. 24-17, Houston in kind of a sluggish and missed shot first quarter for the Sonics.
See, Houston is not your quickest team in the world. They don't run the ball up, so you let them slow you down, and you can be in for an awfully tough evening.
That's right. Jack, no. Rebound off by Reed. Resources Wally into position. Goes to Garrett. Cross court. I thought he traveled. Lenny yelled it too. We're going to let Moses shoot and missed it. Tipped up. Wally gets the rebound. Nice pass by Wally. Now there I thought Gus traveled. Well, he doesn't make the bucket regardless. The foul is going to be called. It's against Tom Henderson, and it'll be Gus shooting. Now, I thought really the foul might have been that time on the Sonics, but they get away with it. 2:47 to go, first quarter. Jim Marsh, I'm Wayne Cody. We're at the Kingdom. The Rockets are on top by 7. Don't go away. Rockets send back out their original starting club. I don't see any changes looking them over. So that, of course, is Henderson, Garrett, Malone, Hayes, and Reed. Others you'll be seeing, Calvin Murphy, one of the greatest free throw shooters, along with Rick Barry, ever in the NBA, in his 12th year out of Niagara. They've been playing Major Jones lightly. Billy Paltz, of course, in his 12th year out of St. John's, New York. Then Jawan Oldham, don't forget, from Seattle University. Former star up on the hill, who is in his first year of pro ball, has played very little behind Moses Malone. But when you've got $1 million man like Malone in there, obviously Jawan's going to do a lot of practicing, but not much playing. Gus gets a pair. He's got 8 points, and it's 24-19.
Little full court trap put on. It's been very successful the few times that Seattle has run it.
Garrett. See, they didn't come out and put a hand in his face. He shook his man off. Jack was playing under. Jack can't come out, or they'll fire it between he and the basket. And that time it was just an easy one for Calvin Garrett, his 4th point.
It's one of those times you try to spring a turnover, and if you don't, you're kind of in hot water because it gives them a high percentage shot.
Jack moves to the bucket. Tipped up, tipped up, tipped up. Look at that ball. Will not go in. 3 tries. It was all over the rim. And a foul is going to be called. We'll see who picks it up this time. It's going to be on Robert Reed. So Wally Walker will go to the line as Reed gets his 2nd foul, and Wally will have 2 straight. He can bring the margin down to 5. San Diego tomorrow night for the SuperSonics. Wally short.
Well, he has been shooting very well from the line, 80+%.
Averaging almost 12 points a game, 11.8 per game. Wally gets that one for his 5th point. Now it's 26-20. Houston on top. Hayes went around. Lonnie get 3. Who's the foul on Gus? It's on Gus. Gus gives it the old high school raise your hand to show the official scorer who fouled. I wish they'd do that all the time in the pros. There's a rule I'd like to see him put in. Second foul on Gus, 5th team foul, so Hayes will go to the line for 2 shots. He could spread it out to 8 if he makes them both. Lenny and Les on the bench, concerned, obviously, and wanting to get a good first quarter in this last 2 minutes out of this. They've only scored 20 points.
Again, when you play a team like Houston, it is deliberate. You let them get ahead of you, and it's that much tougher to come back as opposed to a team that'll run and up and down because they can go cold and you can get hot and you're right back in it.
2 minutes left in the quarter.
Lonnie moves, no good. Shot tip taken away by Reed. Sonics are not getting a lot of boards with Malone, Reed up front. And Hayes can do his share of rebounding as well, and Lonnie picks up a silly foul. Well, immediately, James Donaldson is going to come in and put Jack over to forward. Take a look at Lonnie again. He really shouldn't have fouled right here.
Well, he's attempting for the steal, and Robert Reed a little bit too big and shifty, and that's where your feet get in the problem. You reach and not move those feet.
So the chess moves have started. Billy Paltz will now come in to give Elvin Hayes a few minutes on the bench. Lonnie Shelton is replaced by James Donaldson on the left of your screen. There's Lonnie on the bench talking to Fred Brown, and there's Jimmy and Wayne. Hi, folks. Reed makes the first one. 29-20. Rockets' biggest lead of 9 now. 2 points for Reed, looking for number 3.
A nice Friday evening crowd, a little bit quiet at the moment, Wayne.
They are, but the Sonics will ignite them, hopefully. 30-20. Rockets by 10. Sonics best get busy. Still 1:47 to go first quarter. They need some shooters. They need a hot hand now that Lonnie's on the bench. Gus. Forced shot. Wally gets it back, plays it outside to Hensley. Billy to Gus. Tried to turn around, and the blocking foul is going to be called against Houston. Yep. It's on Henderson. That'll be his 2nd of the ball game. And Gus will go to the line to try and pick up a couple more points. Williams so far on the night has 8. Now 9. 1:33 to go, first quarter. Now 10. Big Billy Paltz. I look at Billy and laugh. He is just, no, I like him, and he's a bright guy, but he just has that look of like, gee, how do I get out of the rain? You know what I mean? And yet when you talk to him, he's a very bright, articulate guy. Hanslick maneuvering to Gus. All alone. Nice pass. 2 for Gus. Hanslick worked well. Knew he had the man in the corner unmolested. Gave it to him, and Gus has 12.
Nice break by Billy. Nice leadership of the break. Middle of the court. Spotting Gus.
Oh. James Donaldson responsible to get that one away. Wally gives the pass to Hanslick. Can he get there? No, it won't go. Everybody's got it. Who got it back? Gus. Tries to go for the bucket, was falling off balance, got all the way under and had it taken away. The reason that Garrett got it away from him, Gus really never had control of the ball all along the baseline.
He was kind of tight-roping that baseline and never really had a firm grip on it in dribbling.
Reed to Paltz. Big Garrett to Henderson. 18-footer, swish. 32-24 again, Houston by 8. Gus with the pass. Wally, can he get a shot off? Up, foul's going to be called. It's on Reed. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. 32-24, Rockets by 8. And Wally will go to the line.
With the 13 seconds left in the first quarter, Robert Reed picking up his 3rd foul. It's an important foul for the Seattle team, as Robert Reed is so vitally important to his teammates and to Coach Del Harris, who explained at the top of the show that he might be the key as to how far these Rockets go this year.
Wally's 81% from the line, Jimmy, is diminishing. He misses that one now, puts a little extra mustard on it, makes this one 32-25. And the Rockets will probably hold it to take the last shot of the quarter. 9 seconds to go. Maneuvering. Malone. Donaldson, can they get it down fast enough? Billy better shoot it from half court. He does. It's on the way. Look out. Short. So Hanslick tries to get it in the bucket at the end of the first quarter. It misses, and the Sonics fall 7 points short. So at the end of one at the Kingdome on a Friday night, the Houston Rockets 32, the SuperSonics 25.
And checking in.
All 5 starters for Houston scored, but only 3 for the Sonics. Williams with 12, Shelton with 7, and Wally Walker with 6. Jack Sikma did not score in that first quarter.
No question that Jack has to score for Seattle to do anything positively out here.
Fred Brown in for Hanslick now, and Calvin Murphy, Mr. Tiny, in for the Rockets. Jack along the baseline. He'll work on Malone. Malone blocked it away, and Billy Paltz gets the rebound, and Murphy heads the other way. Calvin, cross court. Garrett, squish.
Calvin Garrett.
Going to have to put a nice big hand in Calvin Garrett's face because Calvin Murphy passed it to him, and between them they got a 2-point bucket and an assist. 34-25, Rockets by 9. They have led by 10. James Donaldson, Sikma, Wally. Now pass to Gus. He had to fall away, had bad shot, and Fred Brown will get another chance. To Donaldson, he'll take it. Left-hander, missed it. And Jack gets the rebound. Now to Fred. He should hit this. He doesn't. Donaldson, take it, James. Hit it. All right. Fun directing the floor play, but they got to go after it, and Big James gets his first 2.
Volleyball that ball back and forth to get 3 attempts at it. It's also 3 rebounds, building up the stats a little bit.
They'd rather get the point. The day that rebounds wins it, Moses will win a lot of games for Houston, too. Well, Calvin started in on Fred, and Fred made the mistake of simply be standing in the wrong place. Brown's first foul. And it'll be Houston's ball inbounds. Garrett will go over to bring it in. 34-27, 10:44 to go in this second quarter. Wally will come out and pick up Garrett.
Interesting matchup, Freddie Brown versus Calvin Murphy. Both players instant O.
Oh, aren't they, though? Moses misses. James Donaldson rebound. Outlet to Fred. See how he works it with Gus in the transition. Nice move. Gus! Oh, Henderson all over him, but no, they say he hit the ball. And Gus doesn't like it, neither does the crowd. Up, missed it. Wally. Now, 3-on-2 the other way. Henderson catches up, makes it 3-on-3. Brown to Jack. Right down the lane. Nice play.
Nice trailer.
Yep. Wally went in first, asked for the ball, couldn't get it to him, and Jack came along behind him, and it looked better to Fred. First 2 of the night for Jack. 12 and a half minutes, no, 14 and a half minutes go by before Jack scores. Shouldn't be. Murphy. Nice pass. I beg your pardon, Moses Malone. Malone now with 10, and it's 36-29. Houston by 7. They've led since about the 4-minute mark.
Say the third leading scorer in the NBA appears to be on a way to a big night.
Downtown, Freddie Brown gets a couple. His first 2, 36-31.
It's a good sign to see him drop one right in the net.
Danny Brains off the bench. Henderson layup. Gus had him guarded. Nope. Malone gets it and goes back. Malone, nice play under the bucket. Tough keeping him out of there.
Think he can rebound?
With the very best. If he isn't.
He just works so hard. You have a rare opportunity to see a superstar, a real superstar, who works so hard as that guy does.
Danny Brains comes into the ball game for the Sonics for Wally. And, of course, a veteran of the NBA, Mike Dunleavy out of South Carolina. He's been around some 6 years. He's in for Houston. Gus, 9-footer? No. Rebound by Garrett, who was sky high up for that one. As Houston leads by 7, they take it to the east end of the Kingdome. Gus befuddles Dunleavy, but Gus is the one that knocked it out.
Right now, Seattle has had pretty good shots, Wayne. They're just not dropping for him. Their shooting percentage in that first quarter for Seattle, 36, for Houston, 52.
Murphy's going to take it. Missed it. Jack with the rebound. Nice outlet. Gus on the right side. See what he can do. Tried to go on the give and go and couldn't get it back, and Dunleavy will take it down and he'll shoot it up. Missed it. Jack fights for the rebound with Big E, and he gets it. Fred Brown the other way. Brains comes out and may have gotten a foul for his trouble. Yep, foul comes against Dunleavy. He picks up his first. First team foul also in the quarter, and at the line will be Danny Brains.
Seattle out rebounding Houston 15-12, but that doesn't tell the true tale, as Houston, Moses Malone has got 3 offensive rebounds for Hoops.
I would have thought Juwan Oldham would have gotten a nice round of applause when he came into the game from this Northwest crowd, but I guess they're going to just let the young man come in and play and see what he does. He's played very limited time, replacing Moses Malone, the best in the business. Certainly one of the best. Brains, a good foul shooter. He misses. Must be a little loop on top of that bucket tonight. In and out. Donaldson got the rebound. Now what? Tommy Nino spotted something. Lane violation on Calvin Garrett.
Right. They let him shoot to see if he makes it. Of course, if he makes it, then there's no call. Gets another try at it.
Well, he missed it. Danny having problems with James Donaldson. Gets it back. Armand Hill, who's into Fred Brown. Get 2. No. Dunleavy tips it away. A little scattered type player. He and Calvin Murphy playing together are really fun to watch. They can just run your shoes right off your body. They're everywhere. One side of the lane to the other. Garrett's even trying to find one of them to pass to. Hayes has it stolen away. Outlet the Fred. He catches up with it, lays it up. It's good. Nice play. Now here's something interesting. James Donaldson, of course, played at Washington State. Peter Goodmanson for Portland played at Washington. I think Goodmanson played against Oldham, but I don't know that Seattle U ever played Washington State so that Oldham and Donaldson could have played against each other.
I don't believe they did.
Juwan, nice young man, really wanted to play ball. Nice bat away by James Donaldson. Is he playing well at the moment? Fred Brown, did he get it? No. Danny Brains after it, but Juwan's going to be called, I think, for pushing Brains, or the other way around. It's going to be on Dan. I didn't see it that way, but Brains pushed Oldham to get out of the way to get down floor. Well, we get the first look now at number 33. Here's Ray Tolbert out of Indiana, the rookie. So the Sonics will go with Donaldson in the middle, Tolbert along with Brains at forward, and Brown and Hill at guards. He's a brand new combination for the Sonics. Murphy. Uh-oh, look out. 2-man down. Fred Brown gets it. James Donaldson wrestles Oldham, and Armand Hill comes away with it. Boy, this is a scrap match, isn't it? Brains, charging foul, no bucket. Yeah, Danny went into him. I'd have to agree with that. I don't know. Dunleavy's a good actor, but...
He's a good actor. Dunleavy's a good actor, but here, we'll watch it right here. Was Dunleavy stationary? His leg's still moving, blocked. Leg is still moving. Feet have to be stationary when the offensive player goes into the air.
So Houston has it back. They lead by 5, 38-33, 6:52 to go second quarter. Armand Hill up in the air, jumping all over Calvin Murphy, and a foul is going to be called against Armand Hill. We've got a timeout at the Kingdome. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Things getting a little bit physical, and the Rockets are still on top, but not by the 10 they were a few minutes ago. Now only 5. Then, of course, they come home. I'm trying to think who's in town. Is it Chicago on Tuesday?
Chicago and Los Angeles.
On Wednesday.
2 tough ones coming up. I tell you one thing that Lenny has to be a little bit happy with, or if you can draw anything to be positive from a 5-point deficit in the second quarter, is the fact that they are within 5, and they haven't played very well at all.
Yeah.
They're well down in shooting percentages as Dunleavy picks up the action.
Juwan in and out pass. Murphy. See if Oldham can get a couple. Pops it high, won't go. Tipped in the air. Hill gets the rebound. This is a new unit. This will be fun to watch with Brown and Armand at guards. That's happened. With Donaldson, Tolbert, and Brains up front.
Northwest fans are going to they're going to fall in love with number 33, Ray Tolbert. His enthusiasm that he brings to the game.
In and out for Brown. Oh, fine bat away, and then Dunleavy's going to go down and get the bucket. Nice play. Now what?
No, it was just...
That's what I thought. They just called it. No foul or anything. Dunleavy gets the bucket. It's 40-33. Tolbert, though, as you were talking about it, raced the length of the court still to try to get the block shot.
Talking about shooting percentages, and the poor shooting percentage for Seattle, they're down now to 28%, 4 for 14. But they're still within 7.
Tolbert has to be a little bit nervous in the respect that he doesn't know whether to take the shot or not take the shot or what to do. What, Henderson foul somebody? Oh, he showed 51. I beg your pardon. I thought he was showing 6. He showed 51. Juwan Oldham. First foul on him, but the second team foul. Brown will bring it in.
Seattle opening up quite an edge in rebounding, 11-5, but Houston hasn't been missing many shots.
Boy, you only have 2 shooters here on the club at the moment. See, Armand's not going to shoot that much, so they know Fred Brown's going to pop it away. Donaldson's not going to shoot that much, and Brains is your only other shooter. Now what? James going to get a foul call? Oh my. Well, James gets called for pushing. Take another look at this, Jim.
We'll see it here. Elvin Hayes up. Well, it's tough to see. I guess Eddie Rush, who's a quality official, one of the best in the business.
But he's out of position. He's from in back. All he sees is Hayes' body. He doesn't see the contact, and there wasn't any.
Elvin's quite inaccurate.
Come on. Malone on Donaldson. Dunleavy. Yep. Well, right now the Rockets are playing the best basketball of the night, 42-33. The Sonics have closed it to about 5, but now the Rockets are pulling away. I don't think the Sonics have enough shooters in there. Tolbert's going to be tenuous at the moment. You know that. Will he try and shoot even? He does here. Doesn't even get up to the bucket, but gets hit on the arm.
Well, you don't. You know, if you run your offense right, and precise, as Lenny is talking with Fred at the moment in front of the Sonic bench, they run it right, they can get some easy hoops, some back doors. We see Juwan Oldham checking back in for Elvin Hayes.
He's got 3 personals.
3 fouls.
Yep.
But you can get yourself in position by virtue of good movement to where, you don't have to be extraordinary shooters.
Tolbert for Jersey, only hitting 50% of his foul shots and only averaging 4 points a game. This one he missed. Wants to get the first one. Looks a bit like, facially, John Brisker, who used to play here a few years ago, from the side angle. Missed a pair. Sure, a little nervous. Now what? Head rush called Silver. Well, Donaldson picks up another pushing foul. 20 seconds later? That's his second, and that's the 5th team foul. And Houston goes to the other end of the floor, and they'll shoot.
Seattle finding themselves in some serious difficulty now with the opportunity of going down by 11.
That's right.
Every possession, every shot, every rebound with a team like Houston that takes so good care of the ball and doesn't get in a running man, it's so important that you score more times than you don't.
Juwan Oldham, former Seattle U product, gets his first point in the Kingdome, and I'm sure that's fun for him. And James Donaldson comes out of the game, and James never seems angry at anybody, but I'm sure he's perturbed at those 2 pushing fouls he just picked up. Oldham gets a pair. It's 44-33. Biggest lead of the night for Houston now at 11.
Need a flurry here.
Yep. Jack is back in. See if he can get some points. Armand Hill just doesn't try and score that much. Fred Brown will. Missed that, though. Tipped by Brains. And it comes down to Malone, as it normally does. Well, Sonics are deep here. They just can't let this one get any farther than 11 points, because you're not going to have a lot of chance to get it back on Houston. They build up a 15, 20-point lead. They're subject to hang on to it. Oldham, big hook shot. No good. Brains thought he had it. And Nunes saw something underneath. A loose ball foul on Calvin Garrett. The Oral Roberts product, his 3rd of the game. 4th team foul.
Houston getting themselves in difficulty, in foul trouble.
Tolbert looks at Jack. Now they got to have more movement. Everybody's kind of standing around, not doing it much. Fred points it out. He wants somebody to move, get a little pick from Brains so he can try and get a shot or something. A little give and go. Danny on the lay-in. Good play. Freddie, who popped him from downtown, is only 2 for 8 in the game, so he gave that one away to Brains. He gets the 2. It's 44-35. 4:13 to go in the half. Dunleavy. Malone fell down, got back up. Going to shoot over Jack. Armand Hill gets Jack's tip. Well, when Gus is out of there, they don't have that run and shoot transition, do they? Brains got it up, got smacked on the side of the head for his duties. And Juwan Oldham says, I did it, my 2nd foul.
Danny going to the free throw line again. We see him kind of hold the ball, and Juwan, instead of going straight up where the foul might not have been called, came down and hit Danny pretty good, a shot to the head.
Danny Brains shoots 63% from the line, makes this one. That's his 3rd point of the night.
He's a career 75% free throw shooter at Utah, so I would expect that should rise as he plays more, as he misses one. I guess
yeah, you said it too soon. Wonder who coached him over at Utah.
Not me.
Yes, you did. All 4 years, as a matter of fact. Now what? Tommy Nunes says, I hear a timeout from someplace.
Back to page.
Well, the timeout's going to go to the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets called timeout. We've got 3:42 to go in the first half of the Kingdom. Sonics a bit flat right now as the Rockets have them down by 8. (44-36) Rockets by 8, 3:42 to go. They have led hard, by 11. Sonics led once by 1. Sonic bench have scored 9 points. The Houston bench 6 points.
Billy Willoughby checks in for his first action for Houston.
The other high school product with no college experience. That's Oldham. That's Moses Malone. Tried to go to bucket. I thought he traveled. Did he travel? Well, I'll tell you, I'm watching the same game Tommy Nunes is, and he saw Danny Brains fouling. Danny looks around and says, what?
That's his third personal. I'm not sure. Maybe they got the wrong number. Here we'll see Moses driving. Oh, my goodness. Danny started to reach, but then pulled back.
John Berry, our Hawkeye producer-director, said...
he's in the truck. He can't see.
Look, he's going to show it to us again here. See if he got it. Here's Brains. Where'd he get him, John? What'd he do? Where there? We're talking to John on the headsets here. All right, we'll give John credit for that one. I think I gave you producing and directing credits tonight. Are you directing, John, too? Are you really? Okay, 14 points. Folks are listening to us talk to a mystery man. Nice lay-in by Gus. Gus Williams with 14, 3:12 to go. Now it's a 46-38 game. First rule of radio and television, Jim, don't talk to people that can't talk back on the air, and I'm doing it with a producer and director. Right? Nice bat away. Tolbert gets the ball. Good steal. Bounces it to Fred. Gus wants it. He wants to run it to the bucket.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, all right. We'll see Gus now. Just an extraordinary move to the basket. Going on Dunleavy, coming across Oldham, who can't reach it, and Gus, who's just as good as anybody at kissing the ball off the glass, puts 2 in and has a chance for
1 shot for Gus.
16 for number 1, and it goes for 17 here. Sikma, Tolbert, Gus, Brown, and Wally against Henderson, Oldham, Malone, Murphy, and Bill Willoughby, number 32, out of Inglewood High School in New Jersey. Only plays a few minutes a game for Houston. Averages 5 points. Did have a high game of 12.
Very quickly, Seattle back to 5.
Willoughby off the rim. Malone rebound as he gets a million up. Tipped up, away, foul underneath. Here's rushing in. Sonics get it. Jack Sikma is called for it. Jack's first personal foul, but on the team, they're over the limit. So Malone will go to the line.
Jack's been quiet offensively tonight, and most of the production for Seattle has been Gus Williams with 17 points. And Lonnie Shelton has spent most of the last 10 minutes on the bench with 3 fouls.
Malone gets the first one. Jack has 2 points. Well, Malone picks up his 16th now, and he and Gus are having a battle. It's 48-41. 7-point Houston spread. 2:25 away from the end of the first half. Fred couldn't save it. Pass was just bad from Gus. They go to Henderson. Oh, my. Murphy, how can you move any quicker? The pros in basketball. What ball handling, what maneuvering. It's like a second sense. Fred Brown gets his third bucket of the night out of 9, so he's personally only shooting 33%.
2 for 8, but one of the signs of a very good shooter is that you just keep shooting. You just keep shooting, and eventually they can drop, and Fred has as much confidence as anybody when he goes to shoot.
Murphy stopped, 1 to shoot. Malone has it.
Hey, if they keep Moses away from the hoop.
Gus gets it back in the corner. Tolbert. Will it go? It won't go.
All right. Nice pass from Gus, and Ray gets his first field goal. We'll watch it here. 2 big jumpers there, Willoughby and Ray Tolbert, and Ray just stays with it. And Oldham gets a goaltend.
Yep.
Welcome to Seattle. Ray
Tolbert is smiling, and he's happy, and he points to Gus, and he's really having a good time playing. That's good enthusiasm. Murphy, no. Jack gets it away. Well, they got Fred and Gus. Who wants it? Fred takes it. Over
right
Calvin.
like that. 3 points.
Murphy doesn't like it much. 50-47. Sonics back to within 3. Uh-oh. Well, Well, we spoke too soon. Make it 52-47. Willoughby, Kansas' first 2 of the night. The young high school product who's been in the NBA 5 years on and off. Gus says, I want to set this up with a minute to go. To Fred, a little fall away 14-footer. Nope. And Moses Malone, the rebound to Henderson. Murphy. Shoots him like just quick foul shots for anybody else, right? 54-47, and the Sonics had it down to 3. All of a sudden, it jumped back to 7. And look at this. With 42 seconds to go on the half, Lenny says, I want to talk to you folks.
I tell you, when he does that with a 20-second timeout, boy, he's got a point to make, and right now he's making it.
He's telling at the moment he's addressing Fred Brown, and he looks over at Wally. Back to Fred. Trying to overhear what Lenny has to say, so once you come back and do something like to catch it, you see him still in the club.
How about let's get a hoop up there?
Right? Just stay right on his right hand. But he's guarding.
All we heard was
stay on his right hand.
I didn't hear if he said, let's look for that shot or don't look for that shot. I'd probably look for it.
Well, he was talking about stay right on Calvin Murphy's right hand and let him have that shot from way out.
Okay. 54-47. Rockets by 7. Sonics with the ball. Brown will bring it in. Tolbert. Gus. They're drawing him out, trying to get Tolbert something on Malone if he can go in. Tolbert's a bucket with a nice waggle and move, and he lays it up and in.
All right, he's giving 5 to everybody down the court, smiling.
Loves it. 4 points for Tolbert.
Tell you what he's doing now is he's talking on defense, directed traffic through that key area, and that's something that you get from Coach Bobby Knight in Indiana.
Yep.
That's tremendous. Look at him help.
Oh, yeah, but look out that he doesn't end up getting a illegal defense dancing off his man, too, under there. 56-49. Fred Brown has it. Only 3 seconds. Brown's got to shoot. He knows it. Missed it. Oldham with a block of Fred Brown's shot going up in the last minute. Did we get a foul call?
Yep.
Yeah, we did on Calvin Murphy. Tripping foul.
Well, as Calvin went by Freddie Brown, he put his left leg up into his shooting. Watch him. He grabbed his hand, grabbed his foot.
Grabbed his foot at the back of his leg, so Fred will go to the line for a couple.
Takes a good official to spot that, and Eddie Rush is a good official.
56-49. Everybody's standing in front of us, so I'll watch it on the monitor to see how Fred does. He gets one, see if he can get them both. Now Tommy Nunes says, hey, go on into the locker room, Mr. Harris. Del Harris is yelling back at Tommy Nunes, boy, are you calling a poor game?
Del Harris has already been kicked out of one game this year in Philadelphia. Oh, no.
Brown makes them both.
Still a perfect from the line.
So Fred Brown, 19 for 19 on the year. He's not missed one yet. And we are at halftime at the Kingdome. The Houston Rockets, who've led by 11, now hold it by 5. It's 56-51. The year the Sonics captured their first NBA crown. The Sonics had lost the 1978 final to the Washington Bullets, but in '79, the Seattle Sonics went all the way and beat the Bullets in their own backyard. Let's go back to Game 5, the Bullets trailing 3-1, with the Bullets fans out in force to give their team a lift. Tonight's halftime highlight.
Who has scored the highest in celebrity hotshot this year with a 16.
The Big E, Elvin Hayes, had a hot hand from the start. Seattle was cold, maybe pressing a bit, trying to win their first title. The Bullets built their lead to 10, and the home crowd began to believe. Win this one, then 2 more, and take it all. Why not? The Big E looking for the ball. He's got it. He misses, but Bobby Dandridge follows for the score as the Bullets take a 30-19 lead at the end of the first quarter. Seattle's downtown Freddie Brown on the move in the second quarter as the Sonics begin to hit, but they can't get closer than 8. At the half, it's 51-43, and they know they've been outplayed. Coach Lenny Wilkins says, play your game. It worked all year, it works now. As Shelton hits a wide-open Gus Williams. This is the Sonics game, the team game. Freddie Brown continues the Sonic boom. Gus Williams again. Seattle is blazing. Jack Sikma outlets to Freddie Brown, who shovels to Paul Silas for another Sonic score. Freddie Brown puts the Sonics in front. They can do no wrong. Lonnie Shelton's shot goes round and around and in. The Bullets' Charlie Johnson keeps it close. The Bullets have been here before. They know they can still turn it around. But Seattle's Dennis Johnson comes right back on his way to the MVP award in the playoffs. Dennis Johnson has an outstanding series. The Bullets hang tough. Young Greg Ballard rebounds with strength and scores 3 key baskets to keep the Bullets alive. But here, Bobby Dandridge fouls out. A tough blow for the Bullets. Oh, they needed Bob down the stretch. Dandridge, a great money player, and the Bullet fans let him know they care. The Bullets, down by 4, need something right away. Ballard tosses a bomb. No good. The Sonics have the ball and a chance to run out the clock. The Sonics of Seattle, a city born in 1869, now 110 years later in 1979, reaches the peak of professional basketball. The Seattle Sonics are the champions of the NBA, world champions. Coach Lenny Wilkins has proved that nice guys do finish first, and that great players like Lenny can coach with the best of them. Seattle and the SuperSonics, 1979 NBA champions.
Now 56-51. The Rockets will be back. Sonics 103. Houston gives up 105. The Sonics give up 100. So basically Houston is -5 in the give up and takeaway. The Sonics are +3.
Well, with Elvin Hayes and Moses Malone, you're not going to be a streaky. You're not going to want to go up and down the court that fast. You're going to want to take your time and get them the ball. So what they do very well.
Original starting lineups in for both clubs. That puts 3 people on the floor with 3 personal fouls. 56-51, second half of action on a Friday night at the Kingdom. Nice place to be in Seattle, in and out of the chilly weather. Sikma better shoot it. 2 seconds. 1, he missed it. And Reed comes away with a rebound, tries to get through some traffic, handles the ball well. On the other hand, a bucket won't go, but Tommy Noonan spots the Sonic, and it's Wally Walker with the first foul of the half.
First personal, first team foul.
Wally's first foul.
Robert Reed, shooting 2.
We talked about the matchup between these two players. Robert Reed had 3 points in the first half, and Wally had 6. Both of them a little bit quiet.
Reed shot that just exactly like Wally shot his foul shot to the first half off the front rim.
Reed's a 67% free throw shooter.
Not now, a little less. Still 56-51, 11:26 to go in the early moments of the third quarter at the Kingdom. Jack's going to take an 18-footer. 4 points of the night for Jack.
I think that we'll see Jack opening up a little bit and then starting to run some plays for number 43.
Lob into Malone from Hayes. Double team. Jump ball possibility. Garrett shoots it all off the glass. Do you believe it was Reed? I beg your pardon. Saw the 0. I thought it was Calvin Garrett, but it was Reed. Reed has 5, and it's 58-53. Gus returns the favor at the other end. Gus now with 19.
3-point game, and Seattle shooting as poorly as it has been.
Yeah, if they could hit 50% by in the second half and things stay the way they are, they'd have a 10-12-point lead. Now what? Could be Jack leaning into his man. We'll see what the call is by Ed Rush.
Eddie said that Jack Sikma had a hand on Elvin, impeding his progress for his second foul.
No hand checking anymore in the NBA, so you've got to pretty well play by where you're supposed to on that man. Of course, a lot of them still get away with it.
Oh, great steal.
That nice? Gus tried to go behind his back to Lonnie, but Lonnie wasn't clear. Luckily, it was knocked out of bounds by Houston. It'll be Sonic ball on their own backcourt.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
That's right. Clear around the back for Gus, who gets away with that every now and then. Gus going to shoot it. Floats in the air.
Hey, he's having a big night. He has 21 points and 6 assists.
Biggest game of the year for Gus, 33, so he's on his way to a season high. Moses Malone. Hayes on the drive, had to dribble it and traveled. Yep.
Gus was ready to raise his hand for a foul, and Mr. Nunez called a travel before the foul.
58-57. Remember, the Sonics have led only by 1 in that seesaw battle in the first quarter when it was like 10-9, 12-11. Hensley gets a pair, and the Sonics jump up and take a 1-point lead. Look at the crowd, finally, around 17,000 getting on their feet and saying, hey, we've got something going. Rockets 58, but now the Sonics 59, 9:47 to go, third quarter.
Each grandma nominated will receive some tickets for a Sonics game.
That's young Mr. Johnson. That's John Johnson and son, clowning at courtside with another friend, Johnny Torrance, sitting next to him. Watching the ball game tonight. John's still injured, hopes to be back in 3 or 4 weeks. He is a member of the Sonics roster, does get paid, is on injured reserve. But of course, Paul Westphal is not. He is a free agent. That's why he cannot practice with the Sonics, and instead practices with our cohort, Jim Marsh, and he said he has been taking you badly the last couple of days.
No chance, buddy. No chance. Extending him to the limit.
He didn't mention that. Said you were easy is what he said. Hanslick knocks it over the ends line, and it'll be Houston ball. 59-58. Sonics by 1. That's their highest lead of the night, too. Reed to the bucket. Nice play. Went around Lonnie like a revolving door on that one, but Lonnie's got 3 fouls. He's got to play a little bit cautious.
Does not want to pick up that 4th foul with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
7 for Robert Reed. Had a high game earlier this year at 29. Lonnie fakes Malone. Missed it. Jack gets the rebound, but what happened? Loose ball foul on Bill Hanslick. For Bill, his second personal foul. 3rd team foul in this third quarter against the Sonics. The Rockets have not fouled as yet in the quarter. Boy, can that be important. 6-7 minutes to go, and they're going to the line every time, and you're not.
Seattle, of course, trying to take advantage of the fact Houston's been on the road for a little bit and running the ball.
Hanslick tried to bat it off the leg of Calvin Garrett. Didn't get away with it, and still be Houston ball.
Guy who's hollering all the time here, number 33, Ray Tolbert, right in front of us, hollering, good hustle, Bill. Exhorting his teammates on.
You like Tolbert off the
Bobby
Bobby
I tell you what, I just like that smile. I like that hustle and that.
Wally tried to pass it away, and Houston gets it back. Bad mistake. Wally got it out of there and gave it right back. Garrett, 16-footer.
Garrett.
Pretty tough from there, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll tell you, he can shoot. I don't know that the Sonics anticipated that Calvin Garrett could do so well.
62-59, Rockets by 3, 8:27 to go in the third quarter. Jack will front it, take a 10-footer and hit it. That's 6 for Jack. Had a slow first quarter, second quarter. Maybe he can break out of it here. Hayes, patented shot. Isn't that something? You can almost take his number off, put him in the middle of 50 other people, let him go up for that shot, you know who he is. Elvin Hayes, the Big E. How long can he play? 14 years in the NBA. That time Jack is going in with it, and Hayes batted it away. Jack will get it back.
Sure, he can play a long time as long as they let him put his hand all over the offensive player.
But you know
so
the
veterans
veterans.
Get beat.
Veterans get away with those things.
Gus continuing his hot play, 23 points.
Rockets by 1. That's Reed. Good shot. Coming down the court at you. Henderson. He travel? Oh, they say the Sonics fouled him. Gus got on him.
Gus Williams pushing his third. 4th team foul.
One of the things you do, as we see in the replay with Henderson taking the ball inside on Gus, one of the things you do if you make Gus play defense down along the baseline is you take a good part of the Seattle breakaway, because then he's not available when the shot's taken to get out at half court where Jack Sikma or Lonnie can hit him for a nice half court pass and a break.
Henderson makes 1 out of 2, 65-63. Houston by 2, 7:30 to go, third quarter. Yep. You poke Gus in too far and you try and use him under there. Now Hanslick can do it because he can get out, but he's going to rebound well. But Gus on the rebound bucket, I'd leave him outside.
Well, he's got to guard somebody, and if he goes inside, then he's got to follow the guy in and guard him. And Del Harris didn't get to the finals with his team for nothing.
That's right.
He knows that.
9 points for Lonnie. Here's Garrett. Whoa. Got a hot hand tonight. He averages only 5 points a game, and he's got 12 in this one to match his season high out of Oral Roberts 2 years ago.
6 for 6 from the floor.
Oh, nice pass. Beautiful. Give and go. He's got 4.
Seattle needs to creep ahead here. Maybe that might break the spirit of these weary Rockets.
Well, I'll tell you, they've been away from home so long they're going to have to mail for clean socks. They have really been traveling.
We go to L.A. Sunday.
Robert Reed picks up the foul, his 4th, but it's only the very first team foul for Houston in the quarter. Yeah, they still got to go play L.A. down there, and the Lakers are freewheeling down there under a couple of coaches. Calvin Murphy in the game. Rick Barry says taught him everything he knows about shooting foul shots. He's a great shooter from the line, he really is. Tied up, 67. Good game for Friday night. Jack Sikma. Biggest lead of the night by 2.
You can't keep a good offensive player, good shooter as Jack Sikma down for a whole game. It's just a rarity.
He's hit his last 3 in a row. Malone started toward the bucket, jumps and shoots. Moses Malone.
Boy, is he a player.
28 points a game average, rebounds, leader in the league. When Elvin Hayes steals it away from you got a problem, but Wally comes down to save it. Nice play. Tit for tat because Wally earlier tonight gave one away. Now he saves this one back. Hanslick alone in the corner, goes to Wally. Nice
move.
There's the Walker we know and love. 71-69.
You love.
Sonics on top. Nice.
I like
him.
Good man.
I like him. Figure of speech.
Mama will be happy to hear that we love him.
That's right. Garrett, little lobber with a big E. Floats like a butterfly. And gets 2. Tied up 71. 5:22 to go, 3rd quarter. Tomorrow night, Sonics, San Diego. Wally light on that one, and I think Wally got on him, didn't he? Yeah. Wally Walker. Yeah, it's on the hands. I saw it when it happened. If we get to see it again, I think you'll see it. Take a look now as Wally smacks him.
We'll see Wally, who didn't think it was a foul, but it might have been here.
Watch his right hand. Yeah, right. See right there.
Well, they're both slapping at the ball, but referee Nunes thought that advantage was taken as Elvin Hayes will go to the line, Seattle being in the penalty.
Ed Rush, Tommy Nunes, the officials. Elvin Hayes of the line. How many thousands of foul shots has he stepped up there for?
16,000 points entering this year. We mentioned a moment ago, or in the first half, he has a chance to become the 5th leading scorer in NBA history, passing Jerry West.
15 points for him. He only shoots 56% from the line, believe it or not, and he puts the Rockets up by 2. Lonnie plays the big forward. Wally plays the small forward, as they're designated in the NBA. 73-71, Rockets by 2, 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Gus will bring it in.
Oh, yeah.
Reverse, it goes.
Great move by Wally. Another reverse by him. He's very good at that. Has 2 in the last couple minutes, as we see. He extends his body out, gets a step on Calvin Garrett, twists and turns, and Eddie Rush calls a foul.
Calvin Murphy, and Wally will get 1 more. Can put the Sonics ahead by 1. Murphy's 2nd personal, 2nd team foul. Rockets in this quarter. Sonics already over the limit.
Oh, a little full court pressure again. The last time Calvin Garrett ended it with a little jumper. See what happens this time. All they're trying to do is get a turnover. They're not really trying to pick the tempo up, make them shoot. Well,
didn't work. Calvin Murphy lays it up and good. Shoots 43% from the floor and 92% from the line. He's got 6, and the Rockets lead by 1.
That's how you break full court pressure.
Yep. Isn't it, though? Hit a little 18-footer. Gus couldn't quite get there. Jack tried to get it up, got fouled for his efforts, but couldn't get the bucket. So he'll go to the line for 2 on the foul.
Elvin Hayes.
44 with 4. Jack will shoot 2. I like it now after 12 games of watching with this foul shot rule this year, where you don't get the bonus 3 for 2 and you don't get 2 for 1. I think it makes the game cleaner, just gives you a fresher appearance. I like it.
What's the pressure on the fellas? But these guys should be able to make it.
They're the best in the world.
That's right.
Why should they get 3 to make 2? I should get 3 to make. I should get 5 to make 2.
We discussed that earlier, and
That's right.
consensus was 10 to make 2. And then we go from there to see what happens.
Thanks a lot. I'll shoot you foul shots sometime. I'm not going to play you one-on-one, but I'll play you foul shots. Can I shoot him underhanded? 75-75. 4:24 to go, third quarter. Spinner by Hayes. You just see it constantly. Oh, my.
Well, let's get that 5th foul on it.
17 points for the Big E.
You might see Seattle going to Lonnie Shelton, or to Jack Sikma, that's being guarded by.
They didn't protect the ball very well, and Garrett gets it away, and Houston comes this way already leading by 2. Turnover on the Sonics. Murphy shovel to the cross court trying to get to Moses, but foul is going to be called on Calvin. That'll be his 3rd. Little spark plug, one of the smaller players in height, certainly in the NBA. He's only 5'10" out of Niagara some dozen years ago.
5'10" might be stretching a little bit. He's a world-class baton twirler.
Yes, he is. Is he really?
Yes, he is. He's a thrill to watch as we watch Jack Sikma feed off to Gus Williams for Gus's 25 points. I've had the opportunity to watch little Calvin. I tell you something, he is a beautiful batonist.
He was one of the great quick draw artists in the world. Sammy Davis Jr. Well, I'll tell you, Calvin's not too happy as he marches down the floor. Now, Del Harris comes out. Ed Rush says get back there. Tommy Nunes signals the foul. It's on Lonnie.
That's his 4th foul. Yep. Elvin staying in the game with 4.
Yep.
We see Lenny shaking his head a little bit in front of the bench.
Nunes jumps off of there. What was Calvin hot about? He looked like he ran by. He thought the foul was on him?
No, he knew the foul was on Lonnie Shelton, and Tommy Nunes called it the other way. Called it on Elvin Hayes. Then he said, I stand corrected.
Lonnie's still chirping now at Ed Rush. The crowd's going to get on this a little bit because Henderson will go to the line and they don't think he should be there. All tied 77. This could be a wire game right down to the end of it. 10 points now for Tom Henderson. Out of Hawaii 8 years ago, 6'3", 190. Averages some 7.5 points a game. He got a couple there. 79-77.
Cans both of them. He's about a 58% free throw shooter.
Wally, they try the left side of the lane. Is he going to go for it? He gets the 8-footer.
Wally's cooking up a little bit. This time they cleared out and let him play on Mr. Henderson.
13 for Wally. Tie score. Look at Lonnie and Elvin. Oh, my, are they tugging? Bumping, pushing, grabbing, holding. Angelo captures the loose ball to Gus. Uh-oh. Gets stripped, lost it. Up, what do they do?
Timeout Seattle.
Timeout Seattle. Loose ball foul called. Gus helps Wally off the floor. So we've got a 79 tie, but we'll break it in a moment when we come back. 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go in this third quarter at the Kingdom. It's all tied up, as you can see.
Tuesday night at 7.
Number 40, James Donaldson.
James Donaldson will come on the floor with Wally, Hanslick, Sikma, and Gus. Now, wait a minute. Now, Fred Brown's coming in. Oh, Hanslick's going to come out. All right, Brown will come in.
Lenny has decided to take Lonnie out and not get in that 5th foul. Del Harris, on the other hand, has decided to leave number 44, Elvin Hayes. But I tell you something, Elvin probably won't pick up that 5th foul because he's not going to play that much defense. He's not going to go out and try to block a lot of shots. Lonnie gets himself into problems when he does that.
George Toll's talking about a penalty shot, but basically they get that shot regardless of whether they make it or not. It's not a penalty shot. 80-79, 1 point Rocket lead. Jack on Malone, shot quick. Garrett got the rebound. This is Tom Henderson. Gus anticipating the pass to Murphy, blocks it away, but it goes out of play.
Seattle's had the opportunity now to go ahead a couple of times. They've gotten some breaks. Just rolled off.
Well, Murphy never hits a thing but net, and it's 82-79. Certainly, the Sonics can't let Houston get any kind of a spurt here. Gus just kind of hands it to Fred as they talk it over. Gus looking for Donaldson, has him. He'll move in, a little shot off the glass, no good. Wally tried to get there, but the Houston Rockets get it away on the big rebounding of one of the best, Moses Malone. Hayes missed that one, and Wally gets it.
That's a great play by Gus, not traveling, and then gets a block call on Henderson.
Alon Henderson with the grab.
His third personal foul. 1:53 to go, third quarter.
Last 2 minutes.
Might have missed that when Gus caught the outlet pass. He was in midair, and Mr. Garrett stepped in his way, and Gus adroitly missed him and went to the basket.
Gus up misses it again, but that's going to be the second foul in the last 2 minutes. The Sonics never got in the bonus until just now. Take another look at Gus here.
Side is cleared out, and of course, when you do that with Gus Williams, anybody is going to have trouble stopping him.
Took a few steps, but of course he got fouled on the way in.
Gus with 2.
He'll get 2 from the line. He could narrow it down to a 1-point margin. 82-80 now. 26 for Gus. Big game of the year was 33. For Houston, Mike Dunleavy in. We haven't seen Major Jones tonight or Alan Level. Seen anybody else. Gus with 27.
Alan Level will not play tonight. He has an injured thigh. I don't think that was ever given to us, but he will not play.
Malone, triple teamed, missed it. Donaldson had a hand on it, but couldn't hang on to it. It goes out of play.
Problem of going after rebounds with one hand.
Now see James? Look, watch James right here. You know what he was listening to? Fred Brown was giving him a piece of advice. He was nodding his head. He was talking to Fred Brown, was down there telling him something from 6'3" world.
Talking about intimidation, that's that factor you were talking about at halftime in regards to James Donaldson, Elvin.
Now take Donaldson's size and making him an intimidator. My, oh my, what a player you'd have.
That's what they're trying to do every day. Lenny gets a little lumber out, tries to stoke a little fire under.
Brown missed Sikma for a big rebound. Wanted to go right back up with it. Probably should have. Dunleavy to get a foul, getting it away from Jack. No! Jack's going to get the foul as he grabbed Dunleavy on the arm. Oh, Jack, silly foul. He got to take it away, and he was embarrassed, and then went back to get it.
Yeah, he did.
That's just giving one away.
Yeah, that's his third foul. Not imminent foul danger, Jack is, but no need giving him 2 free throws when you don't have to.
Juwan Oldham, former Seattle University product, played about 7 minutes of the first half. 7-footer, 220, 24 years old. First year as a pro at Houston. Dunleavy misses it. Juwan, take a look at his frame. I still think the young man could go out and do some weights in the wintertime, get him maybe the summertime, build up a little better upper body strength. He's not so big on that 7-foot frame at 220. Donaldson's only 2 inches taller, but he's 50 pounds heavier. I think Juwan could use a little steak and potatoes in the off year and a little, Murphy could use a little speed, huh? Nice steal by Calvin Murphy. Mr. Pesky, 85-81 now. Rockets by 4, 54 seconds in the quarter.
Jack's foul, coupled with that turnover there.
Gus, Jack with it off the glass. No, but he gets fouled. Boy, that was close. Jack had the line on that one off the glass that wouldn't fit in for him.
It's third.
We'll watch Jack work hard for his offensive rebound here. Dunleavy, of course, given a little bit of size, but just kind of raked his hand right across Jack's face.
Jack will get 2. He could cut the margin to 2 points for Houston. 37 seconds to go, third quarter.
That just gives you an idea of what possession means against a team like Houston. You just can't allow them to steal the ball like that needlessly.
85-83. 36 seconds, so the Sonics will get a shot regardless of what Houston does. Murphy leaves it for Oldham. Juwan from 18 feet away.
You got to get down on your knees and beg him to shoot that one. And he did.
Played with some talented people at Seattle University.
Clint Richardson.
Keith Harrell. Good school. Basketball program now playing in a bit of a minor category compared to where they used to be in the WCAC. Look at this fiasco, and they're going to get a bucket off of it because Murphy was at the other end of the floor. That's embarrassing for the Sonics. But I'll tell you something, Lenny is not going to be happy about the situation in the last 30 seconds there, as Houston took advantage of every opportunity and some sloppy play. Rockets 89, the Sonics 83. We have 12 minutes of the fourth quarter to go, and who knows, maybe even more than that. 89-83, 6-point spread. Malone, Oldham, Dunleavy, Murphy, and Garrett. That's Juwan Oldham. Malone going to work on Jack. He'll shoot over and miss the bucket. Lonnie with a rebound. Outlet to Fred. Well, Brown got up in the air, had nowhere to go with the ball, gets punched, and Lonnie gets it back to Gus. Did he get it? No. I thought he got fouled, but they say no, and Malone will bring it down. Dunleavy from the corner, and now you've got a 91-83 game. The Sonics, who were flirting with the lead and had it by a couple of points, now find themselves down by 8 at the start of this fourth quarter. No give and go to Gus. He'll take the 8-footer, but he gets fouled. Was Oldham on him? We'll see who Ed Rush calls it on. Yep. Foul is on Juwan Oldham, his third personal foul. Oldham's got himself 4 points in the ball game to match his season high, and Jack will go to the line for 2 more.
Hansen checks in for Freddie Brown. Fred goes to the bench. It's quiet again. I mean, this crowd again, Wayne, has had little to cheer about, except for the little brief flurry that Seattle came within 1, flirting with that lead, as you say. Trying to get a little hand clapping going, just get Seattle gunned up a little bit.
Jack with 12, looking for 13. Nails it. 91-85, 6-point Rocket spread. I just feel it's going to be really tight at the end for some reason. I don't know, the way Houston gets a little lead, the Sonics come back. Houston gets a little lead, Sonics come back. Well, it's like the pattern here.
When it's a close game, Houston's awful tough to beat.
Garrett in the middle of Murphy. Nope, got it batted away. Juwan brought it down and dribbled it. Shouldn't do it. With the Giants in the NBA, Lonnie got it away. They got Gus. Got a 2-on-1. Danny Raines.
All right. Nice play by Lonnie Shelton. That's not in any stats for Lonnie, but the play was made by number 8 Shelton, as we see a replay of the dunk by Danny Raines.
Fun part of the play was about 5 seconds before when Lonnie got it away from everybody. Looked like a greased pig at a county fair, and Lonnie's the only one that wanted it. Malone. Raines with a big rebound.
Okay, he was high on that.
Yeah. Lonnie with 2 quick ones. Now it's 91-89, and Del Harris jumps up. See if he wants a timeout. Not yet. 20-second timeout for Houston. And Del says they want him just to come over and talk to him for a minute. Got a couple of choice words. Paltz comes out in the huddle as well. Hayes will be listening to what they say. 91-89. Sonics with the last 6 in a row.
We'll see the scramble play here with Lonnie Shelton. The shot's blocked by Jack Sikma, and here the ball gets out down on the deck a little bit. Guys chasing after it. Lonnie makes a nice athletic move to spin and pass up to Gus Williams. Danny Raines ends up with the dunk. Right there, of course, that 20-second timeout taken by Dell not only has the effect of stopping the game and getting Seattle's momentum stopped a little bit, but it takes the crowd out of the game.
Through most of the game, the Sonics bench led in points scored. Now it's the Houston bench leading in points scored, 25-21. Dunleavy, Garrett. Sonics have scored the last 6. Uh-oh, now what? Traveling on Hayes. On Malone. Moses Malone traveled.
The last 2 times down the court, Seattle's done a tremendous job at not letting Moses Malone get the ball where he'd like to, nor shoot it.
baseline of Jack. Tries to muscle in, gets it. It's tied up at 91.
A quick final from Los Angeles. San Diego stops Lakers' 9-game winning streak, 138-129.
Amazing.
In Los Angeles.
Amazing. Wonder who Magic will blame that one on. Foul called underneath, and Lenny's furious about it. Doesn't like it at all. Foul is called on Lonnie. That's his 5th personal foul. You take another look at it, see what you think.
We'll see the foul here. I think Moses might have. Oh boy. Well, if anything, it was what we call a light one. But nevertheless, Lonnie Shelton has 5 fouls.
Nice shot of one of the richest men in the NBA, Moses Malone. Still only, 26?
And not only one of the nicest and richest, but one of the nicest and one of the guys that nobody works harder in this league than Moses does.
19 points, 92-91. Rockets by 1, 8:58 to go. San Diego beat the Lakers in LA. Unheard of. Green. Jumper, good. Now let's see. Somebody's hurting. I think Breen's got hurt. Comes over. His face is just pale white as he looks at.
It's a spasm. He showed trainer Frank Furtado.
And you know,
it's a back spasm.
One of the first guys that saw it was Tolbert. He was leaning over and telling Lenny that something was wrong with Denny. And they've got the icy hot or icy cold, whatever you like, out of the refrigerator over here. They can put a hot towel on it, or right away, no, Frank shakes off the hot towels. Let's go with a cold pack. well, it used to be. No, that's changed.
Well, it changed. I tell you, it changes yearly.
Yeah. What people think. Well, supposedly the heat is to bring the blood, to the spot, and the cold is to keep it away, depending on what you want to do. What do I know? But he's going to get...
I wouldn't argue with it because I have no idea, buddy.
Yeah, he's going to get the cold pack right down on the tailbone. And
he's getting wrapped up there.
That 20-second timeout is passed, and Brains is out, and Gus lays the hoop in. Nice little play by Gus. Didn't go backwards, didn't go forward, just rolled it around the rim. Gus with 29. Sonics by a point. Good little ball game. Houston tough. Finalist last year against the Boston Celtics. Had to beat a lot of good teams to get there. Hayes over Lonnie. Isn't that amazing? He just pressures and pushes and bumps and tugs till he gets the shot he wants. Here's Gus. Hit it. No. And Reed underneath took the rebound away from Wally. Murphy. Look at this. Just down and shoot. Incredible. Lonnie. Oh, don't get in his way. Gus Hanslick got creamed underneath. Missed the bucket. Should go to the foul line. Let's see the foul. It's on Reed.
For blocking.
We'll see the pass from Gus Williams
Stepping in for 2 shots.
to a charging Billy Hanslick. And Robert Reed gets his 5th foul. Billy Hanslick goes to the line to try to put Seattle back in front.
Hanslick will be blue and black from that one. Out of Reed. Here's Colbert back in for Lonnie. Lonnie with 5 personal fouls. They're going to preserve him down the last couple of minutes and let Tolbert play. Had a pretty good few minutes when he played before. See if Hanslick can make it a 1-point Sonic lead. Yes.
They need to stop him here.
Hanslick with 6. Averages 4. Shoots about 60% from the foul line. Dunleavy. Reed, not his shot. They missed it. Gus with a rebound. Look at him push it up.
Tremendous pass. Gus Williams takes the defense to him as he goes by the bucket, passes to Billy Hanslick, who is open by virtue of the drive.
Sonic's biggest lead, 3 points, 99-96. Malone on Jack. See what he elects to do. Murphy dances inside, no shot, Jack with the rebound. Outlet to Gus. They got Dunleavy, 3-on-1. Hanslick.
And Ray Tolbert jumped about 5 feet in the air in exultation.
Well, the crowd says it all. The Sonics are playing basketball. Cranes is sitting on the bench with an ice pack on his tailbone, and he is hurting from the back spasm, so he is out of there. And Ray Tolbert, a newcomer for the Seattle SuperSonics, came here for Jammin' James. Played at Indiana under Bobby Knight, 6'9", 205. He's in the ball game. Sonics in the quarter, shooting 7 out of 8. Houston 2 out of 6. There's your story.
That's for sure. And Seattle beginning to dominate on the boards. They extend a little bit of a lead this quarter.
Their biggest lead of the game by 5. Here we go, 101-96.
Now they're going to go to Moses. You got to believe that.
Tommy Nunes says it's you stepping on the line, Moses Malone. He couldn't believe it, but Jack put him in that position. Nice play by Jack.
Gus Williams getting a nice blow here. It's a smart move on Lenny's part.
Jack fakes once, twice.
Left-handed off the board.
Whoa! Everything's falling now as it wouldn't go earlier.
I tell you, the fellas are going to be all over him after the game for that one.
17 points. Hayes. No. Reed rebound. Peels it away from Wally. Comes out to Murphy. Dunleavy, 18-footer. Oh. Mike Dunleavy, the South Carolina 6-year veteran, hits it. He averages 9. He's got 9 in this one. 103-98. We still have 6 minutes to go.
Electricity is in the air at the moment, but I tell you, when you have Moses Malone on the court, the game is not over.
The crowd wants to explode. I mean, they just want to root the Sonics into a big victory, which will be their 7th of the year. Foul is on Malone, and that's how he plays his first personal, Jim, in the 4th quarter.
He doesn't foul much. He doesn't foul out of many basketball games. Brains just headed to the locker room.
Yep. Can we do that in B flat if we do it together? Tolbert, see if he wants to go up for it. See, he's a little tenuous. He joined a new club. Well, now he's going to shoot. Hit it. He just missed it. But you know, you don't want anybody to think you're a gunner. You want to try and play their game, and it kind of takes a little scoring out of their hands. Now what? Jack bumped him? Yeah, Jack doesn't like it, but he put a big stomach move, a little hip move into Moses, and he gets his 4th personal foul. Sonics still by 5, 103-98. Lonnie's going to come back into the game. For who? Tolbert? Yeah.
For Tolbert.
Lonnie having 5 fouls with 5 minutes to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they go right at Elvin.
Hayes. Yeah, I battled in, got a foul. Is that Lonnie? If it is, it's over. Yep, Lonnie got to play 2 seconds. Fouled out. Well, that didn't work out. Lenny tried something else. Here's Lenny going out of the game, and here's why.
Let's see him get faked off his,
banged into him. So Donaldson comes in, pushes Jack to the forward spot. Wally will play the other side, and it'll be Hanslick and Hill at the guards. Strange combination, too.
See that Elvin Hayes, currently 5th in the NBA in career rebounds. The next assist that Gus Williams gets will be a new career high of 12.
Donaldson had it, lost it. Hayes gets only 1 out of 2. It's 103-99. You have very little scoring now from your guards because Hanslick and Hill are both defensive guards. You have to leave it to Wally and Jack. Donaldson, what do you do? Somebody fouling?
That's right, illegal zone, illegal defense rather. And too many players guarding a player without the ball. Dell didn't like the call, but
now the second time that's called, it's an automatic technical, but this year the coach doesn't leave the game. Last year he had to leave. We're going to get a timeout for the SuperSonics, but now that can be called 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and still the coach will stay around. 5:02 to go in this ball game, or at least in the regulation part. The Sonics 103, the Rockets 99. Sonics 103, Rockets 99. 5:02 to go. Fred Brown will bring it in.
now it's making sure, Seattle has to make sure in this possession they get a good shot. And that is a good shot. And that is 2 points.
105-99. Sonics up by 6. They've led by 7. 17,137 tonight. See what the Rockets were doing earlier. They were under that backboard when that shot came in. Garrett shot that. Nobody was home for the rebound, even though Malone and Hayes are both in the game. Seattle in the second half has shot 21 out of 31. 67% up until that missed shot. Henderson off the glass. Nice play by Tom. 105-101, 4:11 to go. Henderson with 13. Still see that advantage on Gus's left thigh.
Oh, my!
Big James Donaldson. My, oh, my.
I tell you, we'll see this again, and I tell you, if you don't jump out of your seats there at home, I don't know what'll bring you out, but look at the big man throw it down.
Nice play by James. Shot no good by Hayes. Wally with a rebound. Gus does have a new career high of 12, and he may add to that here with another one or two. Gus and Fred with Jack, Wally, and James Donaldson up front. Jack wanted Gus to cut. He did. Couldn't hit it. Now Jack's hitting high. 19 for Sikma. Had 2 at halftime. And the Houston Rockets are going to call a 20-second timeout as Del Harris comes out and says, wait a minute. Wait a minute. My hair is gray already. What are you doing to me?
Del Harris and I worked together at the University of Utah for part of a year. And he had that when he was 21 and been the object of many jokes.
Take a look at James. I'll tell you, if James Donaldson out of Washington State, watch this.
He continues to do this. He's playing well already. He continues to do this. He breaks away the rim. Tremendous job on the offensive board.
Sonic surge. They've definitely come back, and Harris chatting with his troops down in front of the bench. This has developed into a little more than a 20-second timeout, and Harris is very animated.
He's not at all happy with his team. One of the troubles with being on the road for such a long time is the fact you don't get any practice time. No time on a practice court. And as that happens, your play seems to deteriorate. And he is talking a little bit about the fact that they've gotten away from some of the things that help you win games.
109-101, 3:16 to go. The Sonics would seem to have a good advantage here if they can take a well-planned attack, if they can limit the Rockets to one shot and get the rebound. You just got to play right here at this time and place is where you have to just play good, solid basketball and not make any mistakes, and you'll win the game when you're up by 8.
Hopefully. Hopefully. I'll tell you what Houston's going to do. I guarantee you they're going to go to number 24 as Garrett comes our way.
Tommy Nunes saw something.
Illegal
defense now called against the SuperSonics.
Well, Houston has a little play they run where they have 3 players on the opposite side of the court than the ball. The ball is trying to get into Moses, and Freddie Brown was a little bit too far on the ball side without guarding anybody.
So now either team gets that called against a technical foul. Garrett, Murphy. Gus went around back, tried to get it away from Malone. Great pass by Malone to Hayes. They're going to call the basket good.
The underneath man called it. Eddie Rush was not going to call the ball good. I don't know how he saw it. You're going to have to tell me.
I don't know either, but look at Lenny. You don't see Lenny Wilkins that upset. Take another look.
He was coming out to make the call, and he called the basket good.
Well, I don't like the call. They get a chance to get a 3-point play. What a crucial spot, and they miss it. Gus for the rebound. 109-103. I just didn't think James Donaldson on that particular play should have had that call against him. Gus. 111-103. Sonics by 2:37 to go. Gus with 31. He's had 33 in the game this year earlier. Malone backs up, a 9-footer. No, Donaldson rebound. Outlet to Fred, and the Sonics will slow it down and use that shot clock. 2:20 to go.
They need only now to extend that shot clock down to where not much time left before they shoot.
You know who's excited the crowd in the last 5 or 6 minutes, along with Gus and Jack, is Bill the Beer Man. He's up in the stands, leading cheers on both sides of the Kingdom, and the crowd's really into it. Fourth team foul called against the Rockets as Murphy picks up his fourth also. Gus will stall it down. 17 seconds. 2 minutes left in the game. Now Gus shoots it anyway off the edge of the left. Who gets this one? Looks like Tommy Henderson, maybe. No. On Calvin Garrett.
His fourth foul.
Fred comes all the way over to talk to Lenny. 111-103. I think Walling put these two in. We're there. Moses Malone only a point in the fourth quarter. Walker puts the Sonics up by 9. This one, you can sing your song.
The party's
Well, he didn't make it. No. 112-103. So a minute 58 to go. Sonics on a nice little comeback led by the speed of Gus Williams. The good second half shooting of Jack Sikma. Now remember, Sikma had 2 at the intermission. He now has 19, so he has 17 second half points. Walker with 7 second half points, and Gus with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 second half points. And Lonnie Shelton, unfortunately, fouls out of another ball game. And Danny Brains has re-injured his back with a back spasm. He is in the locker room and not even out on the floor, so we'll have to check again on Danny Brains. He's having problems with that back. Well, here's the man to ask, Jim Marsh, how bad a problem is this? Did he have this problem at Utah?
No, he had no back problems at Utah. He developed it coming here, and why do back problems pop up? You know, I don't think Frank Furtado could tell us, but it's just a spasm problem, and I don't think that it's anything that is serious enough to keep him out of the games. Of course, I'm just speculating now, but reading the lips of the principals involved, it was just a spasm.
Call your game. Come back right here, see? Now he throws it out, you come back in.
Trying to get the words of Lenny Wilkins, who you see crouched on the floor. We have a shotgun microphone on our mounted handheld camera. And Bill's trying to get close enough, but the microphone doesn't extend any closer to the camera. The camera's about 10 feet away. The music was playing in the Kingdom, so we got music instead of Lenny. I think that takes care of that. 17,137.
Still fired up as they're spelling out Seattle Sonics.
John, might be fun for the folks at home to get a shot of that diamond screen if Bill gets a chance to shoot up there and show that. That screen is absolutely glorious now in the Kingdom. Amazing.
Just about as clear as our monitor here at courtside.
It is. Reed on the drive, looks against Wally, needs the points. Donaldson with the rebound. James getting more aggressive every game, and the Sonic fans love it. 112-103, 138 to go. Gus holds it out front. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gus will bring it in. Fred wants to go for it. Fred like to have that one back. Reed to Malone. They get 2. 112-105, 121 to go.
Moses, his third point of the fourth quarter. His 21st point overall. That's a big factor in Seattle's comeback, to be sure.
Well, Danny Ainge today signed with the Boston Celtics. You'll see him about December the 9th in a Celtic uniform. I guess they're going to pay off Toronto. Wally, a little 6-footer. It's in. Nice feed by Fred. 114-105. That should lock it up. Wally with a nice night with 16. Reed, three-pointer. Dunleavy. Hayes. Hayes got it. 114-107. Lead pass to Gus. He'll bring it out and slow it up. 21 seconds on the shot clock. 42 in the game. Brown with it. Dunleavy all over him. Jimmy, they've got one on the books, I think. Win number 7.
I think so.
Brown to Donaldson. Nope. Did he get fouled underneath as he went in? I think he did. As he leaned in, he got fouled. Foul called on Dunleavy out of South Carolina. He commits his 4th, and James Donaldson at the line put a little icing on the cake, and 17,137 minus us head for the gates.
Well, I tell you, it was a good, strong second half effort by Seattle, and a very good win.
Now remember, third quarter, Houston outscored the Sonics by 2, 33-31. This quarter, wow, what a difference. Sonics with 3 points right now in this quarter, and Houston's going to delay it just a little longer and take time out.
Now, unless they can get one of those unheard of 8-point plays, I think it's just about over.
How do you explain San Diego under Paul Silas at the basement of the Pacific Division, winning only 2 and losing 10, 7.5 games behind the Lakers, who are 11-4, and the Lakers lose at home tonight? How amazing.
Well, it's just NBA. You know, when you're not ready to play, San Diego, though they do have that dismal record, they have some pretty good players on that team, and if you don't come out ready to play, you can get yourself beat. I know that's a cliche, and it's trite, but it's true.
If your man sets a screen, you got to be up.
115-107. Sonics have this one locked up, so they have now won 7 games, and they have lost only 5. That, well, let's see if it moves them up. They tie up with Phoenix now. Did Phoenix play tonight? Let me check. Phoenix playing tonight. No, Phoenix has the night off tonight.
Phoenix beat Chicago
tonight.
111-107.
I see it now. Chicago at Phoenix. Okay. So Phoenix goes 8-5. The Sonics move up to 7-5, and they both gain a full game on the Lakers, who now go 11-5. With that loss to San Diego, who goes 3-10. That explains all that. Little rock and roll music.
And it tells Seattle, hey, we better be ready tomorrow night.
Yep.
Because San Diego can play.
3-point shot is up. Air ball. Sikma gets the rebound. Only 18 seconds left. Don't anybody get hurt. The Sonics have the lead. Oh, and Dunleavy runs into Gus. And one or both could come out of that with a bump. Gus turns around and smiles. He says, hey, what are you doing, Mike? There's Gus Williams' mom.
From Mount Vernon, New York.
Yeah. Sons Gus and Ray, who play pro basketball, just bought her a nice new home back in Mount Vernon, New York. That's Gus Williams' mom. Gus is holding his elbow, saying, ouch. Dunleavy hit me pretty hard.
Gus Williams at the line.
115-107, 14 seconds to go. It is academic. Warren Moon here tonight from the Edmonton Eskimos. Just saw him behind us.
1978 Rose Bowl MVP.
Oh, boy. What
was that a game?
Oh.
Was that a game?
What a honey. Michael Jackson played a big key in that. That was a great game. Sonics by 10. Well, I was wrong. It's not going to get out of the wire, and it's not going to be an overtime adventure. Rockets are going to lose and go on the year 6-10. Dunleavy, 3-pointer. He hits it. That makes it 117-110. 2 seconds to go. This game is over at the Kingdome. And the crowd that's left gives the Sonics a big cheer as they head for the locker room. So the Seattle SuperSonics come from 11 down to post a 7-point victory. The Sonics win it 117-110.
Los Angeles tonight to break that Lakers 9-game winning streak. Coach Wilkins said that in line.
Back at the Kingdome, 117-110. SuperSonics, and tonight our guest Gus Williams, only 33 points, just 5 rebounds, 13 assists, a career high, a couple of steals, 42 minutes of play. Gus Williams, a super effort tonight.
Thank you, Wayne.
Nice win, isn't it? That's 4 in a row. That I think last year while you were gone, Sonics only twice won 4 in a row. You got a 4-win streak early in the year.
Well, I'm really glad that it can happen right now because we were struggling in the beginning of the season, and like I said, I think everything now is falling into place, although it's always tough on the road, and we just have to hopefully continue our home play on the road.
Up till halftime, Houston controlled. They led by 11 at one point. What were they doing then that you couldn't stop, or what did you do that they couldn't stop in the second half?
Well, they were playing really tough. You know, they have the big guys inside us like we do, but they played a little tougher than we had, and we really missed some key baskets. We were getting our shots, but they wasn't falling. And, you know, Coach Wilkins just said, hang in there, they'll drop, and just keep our defense tough as it was, and things will work our way.
All right, Jim, a comment?
We've had an extraordinary assist output the last few games, culminating in tonight's 13. But you can't do that alone. You have to be passing to somebody, and your teammates apparently are in the right spot.
Well, I have to attribute that to playing together now. You know, it's a new team, a lot of new faces, and they're getting to know me now. If I'm not looking at them, it doesn't mean I don't necessarily see them. And they get into the open spots, and they know they can get it, and I hope it can continue.
Can you practice some of the passes that you dish off? Because you know you're going to do it. Go between your legs, bounce it behind your back. But how do the other guys know it's coming? Do you ever practice any of those things?
No, you really don't practice. You just play, and it comes. I really love the open court game, the fast break, because every fast break is a new adventure. It's not the same thing, and I just love it.
All right.
I was just going to say, 42 minutes. We're playing again in less than 24 hours. You're a little guy, but still it's got to cause some wear and tear on that little body of yours.
That's true. That's why I'm getting ready to jump in the shower and jump into the bed immediately after this is over with.
We'll see you at 7 o'clock in the morning.
All right, thank you.
Gus, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and continued success as early as tomorrow night.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. With Gus Williams, the #1 man. Checking out the Sonics scoring, Gus, as I mentioned, with 33. Lonnie had 11. Henslick with 10. Danny Brains with 7. Fred Brown with 12. Ray Tolbert in his first game, and what a happy-go-lucky guy he is. He got 4 points tonight. 5 for Donaldson, 16 for Walker, 19 for Jack Sikma. For Houston, Garrett with 12. Henderson 13. Dunleavy with 12. Murphy with 14. Malone with 21. Willoughby with 2. Hayes had 25 tonight. And Reed with 7. And Juwan Oldham out of Seattle University. Gus remembers when Juwan and company used to come down and just watch the Sonics. Now he's playing against them. Juwan had 4. That's the story from the Kingdome tonight. A beauty, 117 to 110. For Jim Marsh, I'm Wayne Cody. Thanks for joining us. The Sonics win another one.